Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, uh, wherever you are. So, I just thought of sharing some of the things that recently happened with me. Right. I was my contract recently ended, so I've been looking for a job almost for the last 2 weeks. Right. But some of the experience that I had was really disturbing me. Right? So I couldn't get away with it. So I thought probably I'll have to share something about it. Right. So yeah, maybe there's nothing for you here, or you may take away something from it. Okay, so this is what that actually happened. Um, so I got a call from Infosys, right? A consultancy named, I think, Damro Solutions, right? So I saw the ad in LinkedIn, so I just sent my resume, and then I got a call straight away, right? And they asked me to apply, and then I sent an email with all the details, whatever that they asked for, right? And then they came back to me saying that yeah, my resume has been shortlisted, right? And it's now so they want an interview with me, right? So I was happy. And then so when I heard it was from Infosys, right, I was really not happy. Okay, so I had a bad experience earlier itself, right? Um, but I was really hopeful that it shouldn't go the same way this time as well. But yeah, it did happen. I couldn't help it, and that's why I'm here actually today talking to you. So, what happened? So, they actually arranged for an interview, right? No, they haven't arranged for an interview. They called and then they said, yeah, so they want to take an interview, and I think it was Thursday, and they said probably the interview will be scheduled on Monday next week. And so I was actually hopefully waiting for it. And suddenly I got a call on Friday morning, right? And the person asked, so they want to interview today itself, right? Are you available? Can you give an interview at 11 o'clock? And the time was actually 9:30. I was outside shopping, right? So it was his grocery shopping. So I thought, okay. So and then also I had actually made some plans for the day. So that very day, my wife took off, right? Because I forced her to take off. And then we thought we'll actually go to a temple. So that was the plan. And then, so once I got this call, right, obviously your job takes priority over other things. And so I thought, okay, let's actually go for, let's actually give the interview. Okay, so I'm not really worried because I know what I actually do. So I can actually give the interview at any point. But again, so this is not the first time, right, with Infosys. So the same exact thing happened before also, right? Almost like around say 11 months ago, or probably like a year ago or more than that, right? It's exactly same thing. So they didn't fix an interview schedule. They said resume shortlisted for the interview, and then all of a sudden they just called me and they said they wanted to go for an interview in the next 2 hours. Okay, that's fine. Let me give the interview. It's okay. So I gave the interview. I got selected. Right? They said I have actually cleared the interview. So this was the first time, not this time, right? The earlier time. So I gave the interview, and then they said you got selected. And then so they said they'll actually schedule a meeting with the client. Okay, fine. I was waiting. I was waiting for a week, 2 weeks, and then I was calling them again and again. They said, yeah, so waiting for a slot from the client. And then finally, there were no one actually reached out to me saying that what happened with the job, right? So at least to say the resume is rejected, you are not selected by the client, nothing. Okay, so and the same thing happened this time as well, right? So when I gave the interviewer said that I have been selected, right? He said he'll put me up for the next round of interview. And then he asked me to send a one-pager resume. And I sent the resume to the consultant who I was actually working with, right? And then 2 days later, I got a call saying that they are not putting me forward to the client. Okay, the same thing happened last time. I don't know. So do they really want to play with me? I really don't know actually. So that shatters your confidence. That's a problem, right? So they didn't give me any reason. If the interviewer haven't told me anything that I have got selected, he'll put me up for the next stage, right? His name is Naveen. Okay, I don't know his last name, but I can definitely take that name and then share it. Okay, he said, I asked him very clearly, have you selected me for the next round of interview? He said yes. So we'll put it up to the client, and there are several openings. Whoever chooses your resume, you will get an interview call. It will be scheduled in the next 1 or 2 weeks. And I really don't know why I'm talking here. Also, I don't know. But so the way things have happened, it's not really good, right? So the way the interviewers talk as if they are actually kings, right? And we are some beggars, and then they are throwing us something on us, right? So every Indian who takes the interview so far, so I've given at least 5, 6 interviews. Okay, it doesn't happen with anyone from the UK. So I have really bad experience when I gave interview in India, right? So I've got a number of offers, okay, and even here. So whenever it's coming from someone based in the UK, the process they follow is different. So the way things are done is all very well streamlined, right? So someone reaches out to you, they actually have a schedule, they'll talk to you, and then they'll schedule the first round, and then once it's clear, they'll schedule the second round, right? And then in-person round, right? But the pattern the AC companies are actually following, Infosys and HCL, right? So HCL, I'll never give an interview again in my life with HCL. Okay, so someone from the interview panel reached out to me saying that I'm taking safe course. Can you actually do safe course with me? Right? This really happened. Okay, this really happened. I don't know. I really, really don't know. So they said, so what happened with HCL? So this was like around 1.5 years ago. So they took the interview, the person, right? So at least some 1 or 2 people, they asked me like questions in and around, right? So and after 1 week, they said the panel wants to take another interview. Okay, fine. I said okay, and then I gave another interview, right after a week. Okay, and then so after that interview, they said my resume has been shortlisted, right? And then it's been sent to the client, right? And then no one responded back. And the person whoever talks in the interviews, right? It's common across HCL and Infosys, right? I've given at least say 3 or 4 interviews with him. It's common. No one turns on their camera. Okay, while the interviewee, which is me, has to turn on my camera, right? But the interviewer doesn't turn on the camera, and the way they sound is as if we are actually beggars begging for something from them, right? So it's exactly like how the Indian politicians behave, right? I have seen them, right? Because they think that the common people are beggars for them, right? So that's how actually they see the way our Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman speaks, right? So I get so angry looking at her speeches, right? And it's exactly the same thing that uh, replicates here as well, right? So these people, they just think that they are doing some favor actually to me, right? I don't know. I'm really worried. I don't know what to actually say, but it has to stop. Okay, it has to stop. At least give some respect. That's what we are actually expecting. Okay, so give some respect. So I work as a contractor, so I have to actually give interviews again and again. I'm very much confident about what I actually know and what I actually do and what I can and what I cannot. Right? Put me in a delivery role. Right? I'll be able to deliver as per the requirements, whatever is actually required. Right? I'll be able to deliver. Okay, so I'll keep myself accountable and responsible. Right? If something goes wrong, you ask me. Okay, and that's how I have worked all along in my career. You can go and ask any manager I have actually worked with. So only problem was when there was complete recession, in the UK, right, 1.5 years ago, like around say 2 years ago. So I got out of the contract, right, and there was zero openings for an agile delivery lead or a scrum master, and which is why I had to go through all of these things. Otherwise, if you just look at my CV, right, how many interviews I have actually cleared, and look at my CV, how many things I actually know. So you put me to any role, technical role, or say delivery role, and technical oriented delivery role, I'll be able to deliver as per the requirement, right? But anyways, so leaving everything aside, HCL and Infosys, right? When you actually take the interview, please respect the interviewee. Okay, please respect the person. So you are not actually God. Okay, you are not a king. You are just after all someone who is actually taking the interview for your company, right? I want to say this message strongly. So I'm not really worried what happens to my career after this, right? Because I know I still have confidence in myself, but I do want to make sure that this message is actually conveyed. Okay. So please, 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 if you also have gone through the same thing, share this, share this, share this, right? Please, I don't know what to actually say. And today, I don't know what to say. So today, I don't even know what to actually say. So from yesterday onwards, after I got that call, it's really bothering me. Yeah, I'm not actually joking, or it's really bothering me. Okay. Yeah. Thanks everyone for your understanding. Yeah, if I have actually take, killed your time, right? I'm really sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Bye.